So we are today going to cover the second chapter, which is about data types and data structures, right? So,
Okay.
right. So yesterday we just got started with the environment setup and learning a few basic steps about Google Collaboratory, right? Which is essentially a combination of Jupyter notebooks, Python Jupyter notebooks hosted on Google Cloud, right? And we saw how to create cells, how to create text cells, how to create coding cells, how to delete them, and write some basic, very basic code, right? Printing something, right? So once you have a better sense of that, the obvious next thing to do is to understand like what type of data can Python handle, right? So Python has something called
Okay.
data types, and it has something called data structures, right? Data types and data structures. Data structures a bit more advanced form of data types, you could say. Okay, it has more structures, right? So what are we going to cover in this session? We are going to just introduce the concept of data types and data structures. Then we are going to look into numeric, Boolean, string. These three combined are your data types. Okay, and then we are
Okay.
going to right, we are going to look at list and dictionary. These are your data structures, right? What we are not going to look at is tuples and sets. This is something we are not going to look at. I think this is something you can do as a homework, right? Because these are simple data structures, right? And frankly speaking, 80 to 90% of the times you would be using either list or dictionary. You would rarely see tuples or sets. All right.
Okay.
So that's why once you have got a better understanding of how list works, how dictionary works, you can look at tuples and sets. Okay. Let's get started with the introduction, right? So we work the data we work with. It is stored as several types, and it is to distinguish between different forms of data, right? So it's simple, like for example, any word, any name would be distinguished with it, from a numerical value, right? So, for example, as we were speaking about earlier about scorecard data, it will have several columns. Some of these would be strings, some of these would be numbers, right? So it's essential to define like what data type these columns would be assigned to, these values would be assigned to, right? In order for us to be better able to identify that data type and then or data structure, and then we can explore Python's properties what Python provides to perform operations on those values accordingly. Okay, so this is
Okay.
what is written essentially here, right? So let's look at the difference between data type and data structure, like fundamental difference. So type for
Pratik, are you also sharing your document? Like if
yes.
you're sharing your screen, it is not
Oh,
visible.
wait. It's should have pointed it out in the beginning itself. You have not missed out
Yeah.
on a
Okay.
lot though, because whatever I was doing, I was
That's
stuck.
okay.
Yeah. So that's what we have introduced, like what we're going to cover: introduction, numeric, Boolean string, which is your data types, right? This is your data types.
Type and set is for homework you have given. Type and set,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Tuples and sets. This is your data types, right? And last two, these are your data structures, list and dictionary, right? Two more
Okay.
data structure that I want you to go back after the session is done, right? This is data structures, right? Uh, so this is super and this is set. So these are data structures. Right? You can go and do the homework. In the homework, you check like what kind of operations are applied. So what we will do, like today, we'll look at some of the operations how they are applied to lists and dictionaries, and then you have to look at how similar operations are being applied to tuples and sets, like how new elements are added, how an element can be deleted, or something like that, right?
Okay.
Right. So let's look at data types and data type structures definition. So type for individual data is called data type, and type for collections of data are referred to as data structures. Right. So it would make more sense like when we start to look at some examples, right?
Right.
So you could say data type is something like which is on a more fundamental level, and data structure is slightly more advanced. It can have like more than one smaller objects, very right, like data stored within this. For example, list is a collection of uh, like like multiple values separated by comma which are stored in a list, and dictionaries is something similar, but it's just that it has key value pairs which are stored in it, right? But when you speak about data
Okay.
types, right? But when you speak about data types, there is only one value always, right? Its type
Mm-hmm.
can differ, where it could be either numeric, boolean, or string, right? Always these three, nothing
Okay.
else apart from this. If it is a number, then it's numeric. If it is a true or false, a condition which is evaluated to, for example, in conditional statements, uh, you do this check, right? If something is greater than nothing, something is greater than something else, or something like that, right? So whenever you are making a comparison in a conditional statement, the output of that comparison is a boolean, right? Because based on that, your next piece of block would get executed. Like if that is true, so something would happen. If not, so then something else will happen, right? So best
Okay.
example of boolean are conditional statements, right? Conditional statements. So I'm going to write conditionals. So this is the best example of boolean statements. Boolean data type, sorry. Conditional statements. Otherwise, you would rarely see booleans like getting used apart from the conditional statements, right? String. So, what do you think a string could mean?
It is text characters.
Yeah, so it is a combination of characters, right? So, character is just one character, uh, and then string could be a combination of characters. Right? Data types allow us to
Okay.
perform separately, operations separately, because data might need to be processed. This means that only operations which make sense for a given type of data will be defined. Right? If you are not sure about the data type, you can use a Python type function. If you use the function
Mm.
type and insert the variable inside this type, it will give you the data type of that variable. Right? We will demonstrate. Okay, we will discuss this in detail a bit later. Then data structure, we, these are used to organize and store data efficiently. Organize and store data. So, for example, if you have a stream of data, right? If you have a stream of data coming, or a combination of data, right? So, which will require several data types. So then you can store that in a list or in dictionaries, right? So
Okay.
as I mentioned, in this course we will only consider two data structures because these are most commonly used, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because for these data structures, we will also be looking at the properties of these data structures. So I wanted to keep only these two because these are lists and dictionaries. These two are most commonly used, right? So the
Okay.
properties of these data structure is something that you should remember. You should be knowing it. You do. to the level that you are not required to do Google search for what we are going to study for these two data structures. Right. So
Sorry, Pratik, I didn't get you.
I'm saying like for these two data structures, you should be remembering the properties of these two data structures to the level that you need not require to do Google search, right?
Okay, okay, got it. Yeah.
Right. The other two, it's still okay. Tuples and sets because they are not used that much frequently unless your work is something which deals with that kind of data, right? So, but these two are something like you are almost always going to see if your work has anything to do with Python. Okay,
Okay.
all right. So, what we have covered so far, we have covered introduction, right? Now we are going to start looking at data types. The first one being numeric. All right.
Okay.
So the first one is numeric. So within numeric, we have integers, right? So what do
Mhm.
integers look like? One
Whole
has
numbers.
Soumya. Hey, hi Soumya. Whole numbers plus negatives of whole numbers, you could say, right? So that dot minus 3 minus 2 minus 1, right? So 0, and then its mirror image from around 0. 1, 2, 3, right? Dot.
Yep.
These are your integers. By dot means it continues till infinity, and here it continues till minus infinity, right? Floating point numbers would be anything which are decimals, so which are real numbers but not integers would be floating point numbers. Okay,
Okay.
this could be anything your value of pi. This could be anything like Euler's number. I'm writing. So these are irrational. It could be rational also, like continues. Its value continues. Uh, then it could be something like 1.5, like that, right? So real numbers, but not integers, decimals.
Okay.
Complex numbers is combination of a plus iota b, something like this. So let's say 1 plus iota 2 or 2 iota, whatever way you want to write it, or 1 plus iota 3, whatever way you want to write it doesn't matter. Sometimes people write it with j or with I think someone posted something in the chat, but I can't see. So okay, hey Soumya, that's fine.
Pratik, I didn't understand the complex numbers.
Okay, so have you studied the concept of complex numbers earlier?
Um, it would involve an unknown variable. That
No.
way it is.
So what is
No.
the
Okay.
square root of minus 1? So let's say you're solving a equation which says x square is equal to 1. Now
Mm-hmm.
what is the solution? What is the
Okay.
value
X
of
is equal to
x?
root of 1.
Okay, not exactly. X is equal to plus minus root of 1.
Okay.
Because root of 1 would be always 1, right? So it means x could
Mm.
be 1 or minus 1. You can put both these values in the above equation and you will see that it satisfies this equation. 1 square is 1 and minus 1 square is 1.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's say if you take another equation x square is equal to minus 1, right? In this case, what is your solution? Your solution is x is equal to plus minus
Root of
root of minus 1. Now, since root of minus 1 in real number line does not exist, right? So we assign
mm,
it a complex number line, right? Uh, so when we study complex numbers, we see this is real part of a number and this is imaginary part of a number, right? In this case, there is no
okay.
real part and there are only two imaginary parts, which is plus iota and minus iota. Like you could say plus minus 1 iota and 2 iota. So 1 I am not writing because 1 iota is iota, right? So iota
Okay.
you could
Okay.
see
Got it.
here and here. Okay. So these are complex numbers, right? If I
Okay.
change the number to something else, it might be possible that it has some real part as well and some imaginary part as well.
Mm.
Okay, let's
Okay.
say uh, I think we got a message. No, okay, okay. Let's continue to integers, right? So we will start with integers, right? These are whole numbers without any fractions, right? And written as a series of digits. For example, one is an integer. The type of integer is denoted by keyword it. Right? These are whole numbers plus negative of whole numbers, right? And does not without any fractions, right? So I'm going to go to Jupyter Notebook, and I think this is the right time for you to start opening your Jupyter notebooks or maybe create a new one. Mine is going to look a very neat and tidy, but yours can be something which would like you can create a folder called My Workspace and open a Google Colab notebook in there. So I'll wait for some time till both of you have opened a Google Colab notebook file. Soumya, have you opened it?
Yeah, yeah, Pratik, I'm opening.
I have opened.
Great. So Swati, go to cell, like create a new programming cell, right? And just do this type of any integer, right? Let's say, let's take it 1, right? 1 to
Okay.
any number between 1 to 10. You type it and let's see what it says. Soumya, are you able to open the notebook? Do you need my help?
Yeah, Pratik, actually, yesterday I didn't go through the first lesson. So,
Okay. Share your screen.
just
Abhay, you also are you able to open the notebook?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You joined late. So are you
Sir,
able
I'm not
to?
able to open the notebook because I have not
Okay.
gone through session one.
This is so
And sir, your voice is also not
irresponsible.
coming.
I'm just saying that you guys are very responsible. You should have gone through the session at least. I will tell you how to do that. Uh,
Sir, voice not coming, sir.
is it the issue with everyone? Like, is anyone not able to hear my voice?
No, it's fluctuating, Pratik. We are able to hear you, but it is not very clear.
No, I think. Wait,
No, you are audible to me clearly. I don't have any problem in that.
fluctuation is not from my side. I think it is from someone else's side. Now, am
Okay.
I audible better? Sorry.
Yes.
So fluctuation is not from my side. Abhay, are you able to clear? Abhay, join again. Try joining again, disconnect and connect, so it will improve. Okay. In the meantime, I will help Soumya you to start a open a Google Colab, right? So share your screen.
Yes, yes, sure.
Abhay, am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Great. So
Okay,
Abhay,
it is
so
gone.
huh?
Sir, when I turn on the mic, your audio goes away. I have no idea why it is happening. I'll join again, sir.
Otherwise, I am audible now.
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Okay. Okay, so Soumya, go to your Google Drive, create a folder called My Workspace. ठीक है?
Yes, yes.
Abhay, you also do the same thing on Google Drive. Create a folder My Workspace.
Okay, sir, I'm doing.
Yeah. Soumya, share your screen. Going to that folder, please share your screen.
Sure, sure. Pratik, where is the sharing option?
It should come at the bottom left. Three icons you should see. Full screen settings, share screen, something like that.
The only settings button it's visible to me, and
Okay. I think it's not visible to candidates then.
the
Let me
share
show.
option is not there. That's why
Okay.
I'm not able to share.
No worries. I will share my screen, show you how to do that. So let's say you
Yeah.
create a new folder, my workspace, and go inside this. Okay. You can
Right.
create it anywhere, right? Then you create a new file, and in file types, you will go to more and you will go to Google Collaboratory. Okay.
I make a new file, my workspace. Then after I should go to.
When you are doing new file,
Yeah.
new, you click on new, you go to more, and you find this infinity symbol, this orange infinity symbol, Google Collaboratory.
Oh, okay, okay.
Other, you also follow the same process. Create a folder anywhere and create a new file. Go to more and find this orange infinity symbol which says Google Collaboratory.
Okay, sir, I'm doing.
Pratik, when I go to more, it's only showing me four things, that is Google Drawings, Google My Maps, Google Sites, and Google Apps Script.
Go
No
to
more
connect.
things.
Go to connect more apps.
Connect more. Here it is. Sir, I'm also facing the same problem as.
Okay, on the
Oh,
bottom is my screen shared.
yeah, yeah, yours I can see.
Okay, to the bottom, do you see connect more apps?
Yes, sir, we can see connect more
Yes.
apps, but
Click
it
on
does
connect
not
more
show.
apps. Here search apps Google Colab.
Google Colab. Okay.
Just. Yes, then next.
Are you
Sir, it
able to
is
add?
no
Only
matching
whatever.
result.
Yeah, no results coming.
Okay,
Colab.
search for COLA Collaboratory.
Yes.
Are you able to add it?
Yeah, collaboratory, then we have to go that infinity sign, correct?
Yes.
So
It is
Pratik,
getting
do we
installed.
have to install it?
Yeah, install it.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me know once it's done. It should not take more time.
Yes, sir, installed.
Installed.
Yeah, done.
Done. Now new, more, and open Google Collaboratory.
Yes, sir, open.
Open. Alright. It opens a file with the entitled name and extension as IPyNB, which is for interactive Python notebook. Okay.
No, sir, this file is not there.
Did you create a new file?
Yes, sir.
So what does it say?
Sir, it is saying start coding or generate with AI. Analyze files with Gemini.
Yeah, the same thing. It's coming for me also.
Are you not able to generate a new file? Like, is there an option to escape, something like that, and then generate a file?
Sir, the screen which you are showing is not coming with us. Although,
Okay, okay. Attach whatever is coming. Take a screenshot and attach here in the message box.
No, Pratik, I think they are already inside the file,
Yeah, yeah.
inside the
After
new
that.
file.
Uh-huh.
But they are saying
Yeah,
they
this one.
don't have this
No, no.
enable.
Just open it, Pratik, then I can tell you.
This is
Just
the page they are in.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like this.
okay. It looks like this, now. You
yes, sir.
can on the right, you whatever you have, you can close that. right? Cool.
Correct.
So this is the file name. You can see this on the
Yes,
top
sir.
left.
Yes, sir.
This is the file name .ipynb. So .ipynb is the extension,
Okay, sir.
right? This stands for Interactive Python Notebook. Okay. You can rename the file as test.ipynb. We are going to test few things. First thing is we are going to look at the type of one. All right, one, the number one, and we are going to run this and see what is the output. So please everyone do this, and hopefully my screen is shared, right? You can
Y-
see my everything on my screen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can see.
So I want everyone to come to this step, in this step, like when you press type 1, you get end.
Sir, after pressing enter, nothing is coming.
Not enter, you have to run this using this symbol.
Okay, okay,
So
sir.
you can try Shift plus Enter, other.
Yeah, otherwise shift plus enter, it will take it to the
Okay,
next
thank
step.
you. Thank you, ma'am. It is showing syntax error, invalid syntax.
Okay, so just look at if you have written the syntax exactly in this manner, like type, then within parenthesis 1, and no commas or anything.
Sir, between one and type, there is space.
No, there is no space, there is type, then parenthesis, and within parenthesis there is 1. No space anywhere.
By P. No, sir, it is showing syntax error.
Okay, copy whatever you have written and paste it in the message box. Let's see if we can identify the issue. Or take a screenshot and then paste it in the message box. Why are you writing one type one? Are you typing one type one or type one?
Sir, one is by default coming.
So for type one, this if you write, there should not be syntax error unless you are writing it in
No, we are
text.
not writing it in caps.
Soumya, are you able to able to run the file?
Yeah, I also got the same error, syntax error.
अच्छा ठीक है. Both of you take a screenshot, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Do you know how to take screenshot?
yeah.
Take a screenshot and paste it in the message box.
Okay, sir.
And
Sir,
don't take
after,
it with your phone or anything. Just do a proper screenshot, like screenshot app. Take a
sir, I would
screen.
like to tell, sir, if we remove the starting first numerical one and just write type parenthesis one, then, sir, it is showing what your screen was showing, int.
So then, see, one is anyways not something that I have typed. One is not. One is coming by default and which shows the line number. It is not something which has to be written manually.
So that's what I'm saying, sir. If we delete that one which is coming automatically and just write type, then bracket one, then the int is coming.
So that's
Yes.
the right way. Okay, I think I need to tell you something. That one is not something that I have written, or and it is not something which can be deleted. If I go here to my code and do backspace, I'm doing backspace, but it is not deletable.
But sir, if we click backspace, na, that one is getting deleted.
Did you write that one?
No, sir, it was by default coming. But after removing that one and just writing type bracket one, then this int is coming. If I can just
Yeah.
share the screenshot, just give me 1 second.
Uh-huh. Sure. This is strange. Like this is line number should not come by default unless you change the settings. Abhay, can you please share it quickly? Like we're already 40 minutes into the session.
Sir, I'm not able to take the screenshot, sir. You can continue, sir. No worries.
Soumya, what can you do?
I took the screenshot, but when I tried to copy paste it, it's not like done.
Don't copy
But
paste it. Like there are image option to attach image or like attach a file in the
I
chat.
had only I have only emoji option, send an emoji, but there is no like file sharing option.
Okay, hmm, that is also strange.
You
I,
can share in the WhatsApp group.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. Okay,
can
fine.
do that.
Pratik, I have just shared it. Just check.
Sir, I have also shared, sir.
Wait, let's say for type one in nice, type one in nice. So see the four, that four is still coming in your code, but type one is still gives him, right? So that one was not something that coming by default. Maybe you might have written it accidentally.
Sir, if I move the cursor over that four now, then again the symbol of play is coming. And one was coming by default only, sir. I backspaced it
Uh,
and it got deleted.
okay, cool. Uh, let's move on to the next topic. All right. But by the way, did you understand this part? What we did just now?
Yes, yes.
We understood that one is an integer, as simple as that. All right.
Yes.
Now we have two more numericals like numeric to data types, floating point numbers and complex numbers. Right. So as you did for type 1, do type 3.14. Same thing. Do type of instead of 1, change it to 3.14. So add new more coding cell. How to do that? You go to the bottom of this cell, you would see an option of plus code plus text. My screen is shared, right?
Yes, yes.
Right. So you will go to and click code, and then you will write type of 3.14. All right, and then you will click on run.
Float.
So I want every one of you to get to this result. Float. It's a float.
Float. Yes.
Yes, sir,
Right,
it is
everyone,
coming float.
everyone, great. Now see, next what we have complex numbers in the numericals, right? So as I was saying earlier, uh, you might either use iota or j, but Python takes numerical part, sorry, complex part as j, right? So if you write number type 1, it will say int. We have seen that. Plus, if you add, so this is the real part. If you add 3j, so 3j, it means on the imaginary axis, it has 3 units, and on the real axis, it has 1 unit, right? And if you run the code, you will see complex. And the type of this data is complex. This is a complex
Yes,
data.
complex.
Right, so just run this and let me know if you're able to get to this point. Type of 1 plus 3j.
Yes, complex.
Abhay,
Yes, sir,
can
doing, sir.
uh,
Yes, sir,
nothing?
it is showing complex.
Wait. All right. So what we have done so far is like basic numeric data types, and now let's look at some of the operations that we can perform with these numerical data types, right? So we can see first. Let's go to quickly like what else what we can perform, right? For adding, we can use plus. For subtracting, we can use minus. For multiplying, we can use the asterisk star operator, right? For dividing, we can use the divide. And fifth one is a little bit, you could say trickier because something to remember. For exponentiation, we can use double star operator. To get the remainder of the division, use the modulus. This is called the modulus operator, right? Percentage sign. This is called the modulus. This is used for getting the remainder, right? So let's do some random calculations, right? For example, 3 plus 2. You just tell me what it will do. You don't need to do this, right? I will tell you what to do. So this, what do you think would do? 3 plus 2.
5.
Everyone just tell me what this will do. Swati says 5.
Okay, sir, doing, sir.
You don't need to do this. You just need to tell me. I will just run the code once you tell me.
5.
Fine. Soumya, what do you think?
Yeah, it's addition only, so 5.
Right, this is addition 5. It's very simple, nothing too complex. If I do 3 minus 2, don't run the code. Just tell me like simply.
1 subtraction.
Right, this is subtraction 1, right? Next we have multiply 3 times 2. What do you think 2 times 2 would give?
6 multiply.
Right? This is
Yes.
multiply 6. Right? Divide. We can do divide by simply by this number 3 by 2. What it will give? This is a slightly tricky question. Just think about it. 3 by 2. What it will give?
Divide.
1.5.
Yes. So answer would be what? Swati, Soumya.
1.5 only.
1.5.
Okay. Now look at the answer.
Yes.
All right. Good.
Yes. Yes.
Now let's look at 3 modulus 2. We just saw modulus gives what remainder. So if you divide 3 by 2, what would be the remainder?
1.
All right. Great. If you do 3
1.
raised to the power 2, one up. If you do 3 raised to the power 2, so
9.
how much everyone agrees?
9.
Yes, sir.
Alright. ठीक है तो ये operations हमने जल्दी जल्दी cover कर लिए because these were very simple operations, nothing too complex about it. Now we are going to look at second data type, which is Boolean. Boolean could be true or false, right? So see, you have to remember here that these are case sensitive, right? So if I do type of true, see it is already starting to suggest like right type true, right? Because if I do type of true, it would say true is not defined. But if I do type of true, right, it will say bool.
It's bull.
So bool is for boolean. So this is जैसे for integer हम बोलते हैं but वो दिखाता है int है, right? ऐसे यहाँ पे हम we say it to be boolean data type but यहाँ पे type जो Python दिखाएगा वो bool दिखाएगा. Similarly, if we do it for false, so it will what show bool. True and false where T and F are in capital. These variables are so Boolean variables are only two. These are used in conditional statements to assess if a piece of block or if a block of code should be run or not based on what is the output of the Boolean condition. Right. Basic Boolean operations are and or not. Right. These are the simple ones. So if you do AND operation, so you have three possible combinations: true with true, true with false, false with false. Right? You do false here and true here does not matter. Right? So I am going to write. There is some. Okay, cool. All right, Swati. Thanks for informing. So we are going to run some Boolean operations, and you are going to tell me. So how many total Boolean operations are there?
3.
What are the three
Three.
operations?
And
And
or
or
and
and
not.
not.
All right, and we are going to look at how these three operations are applied in Boolean data types. All right, तो पहले हम बात करेंगे
Yes.
AND की. Okay, so मैं text add कर दे रहा हूँ.
सर
B
टेक्स्ट
should
कैसे
be
ऐड किया है सर?
always.
One question at a time, please.
मैम आप बोल
Pratik.
लीजिए प्लीज.
Okay,
Uh,
so B should always be capital. Let you wrote like Boolean, so B should always be capital. Yeah, we can write it small numbers also,
this
small
one,
letters. You wrote Boolean and then this B.
this is
I'm
this is
asking.
this is this is in that's I was saying that this is a commenting markdown cell.
Okay,
Right here, it does not matter. It is like a comment, right?
okay,
This is
okay.
a coding cell. Here I cannot write yes capital,
Okay, okay. That's it. Thank you.
right?
Sir,
So,
sir, how did you write this Boolean and
so see, whenever you add a cell, if you just go back to yesterday's session and see, you will get the idea. But the summary being, you have two options like code and text,
okay,
right?
sir.
So this is a text cell, basically used to write comments.
Okay, sir. So
So
you
in
have clicked on text.
yes, and then I have written this. Here I can write anything does not have to follow syntax of Python, right?
Okay, sir.
So I can basically, for example, write in the next cell, uh, in the next cell, we will see Boolean operation and right. I want to write like this and click anywhere. All right.
Okay,
So
sir.
this, this is how we can write it. So okay, there are two types, three possible combinations: true and true. What will this give? What
True,
would be the output if I run this?
true.
You are saying true,
True.
okay? Everyone agrees true? All right. Now, if I do true and false, what will this do? What will this give?
True.
True.
Okay, Abhay,
Sir, just
False.
true and false will give, sir. Just
don't
just
run.
for
Like, just tell me here without running on the cell. That's like cheating. You're typing it. I can hear it.
sir, first session I did not attend, sir, so I'm
No,
trying to
no, this is
uh,
not related to first session at all. Like, this is a completely new concept.
okay, sir. True and false will give, sir, false because one and zero does give one when
Right.
I studied
So
in
see,
classes.
yeah. So this is something the Boolean operations you might have studied in your basics or engineering. So true is like value of one, and false is like a value of zero, and AND operation is similar to multiplication, and OR operation is similar to addition. Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So one by into zero would be zero. So this will give false. All right. And if I do false and false, which is 0 into 0, what do you think would be the answer?
False.
Right? 0 into 0 is 0, which is false. Soumya, are you following us?
Yes, yes.
Okay, cool. So now what I'm going to do is copy paste the same thing, and now we are going to do, we have done and, now we will do or. Okay, so let's look at, यहीं पे कर लेते हैं राइट, सेम रहेगा, इसको कॉपी पेस्ट कर लेते हैं. So you are typing already. I can hear it. Okay. True or true? What do you think would be the answer?
True.
True.
All right. That's true. Uh, let's do one more. True or false? What do you think
True.
would be the answer?
True.
True.
All right. True. False or false? What do you
It's
think would be the
false.
answer?
False.
False.
All right. Great. Now we have one more operation pending. So first we study about data types, and then we are studying about the operations that we can do on them, right? So yeah. So यहाँ पे फिर हम not true. What do you think would be the answer?
False.
All right.
False.
And what do you think
True.
would be the answer? Okay. We are good with, we are good until this point. Int and Boolean. Are we good with these two data types?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's look at strings. So string data type, let's look at first what is string data type means. It is series of characters which make up text data, right? And we'll write them as text between sets of quotation marks or inverted commas. Clear? So whenever we will be writing a string, right? So it would be between inverted commas, right? Unlike numbers and booleans where we didn't use them. So let's just do, let's just uh, strings. So type of, let's say today is Sunday, right? I have written it in inverted commas. What do you think would be the answer?
No idea, sir.
String.
This is within inverted commas. Now we just studied like with the string, right? Now the only thing is that it says instead of a string str.
Yes.
If you remember, like for integer, it was calling it int, right? It was not calling the complete like integer. Similarly, here it is not calling a complete string. It is saying str, right?
Okay,
So,
sir.
so next we're going to look at some string operations, right? Uh, so first we look at the data type and then we look at the string at the data type operations, right? So next we're going to look at string operations. So what are the operations we're going to look at? We are going to look at concatenation, which essentially means how to combine two different strings together. We are going to look at repetition, which means how we can repeat a certain string any number of times. Then we are going to look at indexing, which essentially means how we can find the character at a particular place. Then we are going to look at slicing, which means we are going to take a chunk of string, which is essentially for example, from a piece of cake, you are going to take a slice. It's similar to this, right? That you're going to look at the string and going to take a slice of continuous block from there. Then we're going to look at membership, which is going to check if a particular string is part of another string. So we are going to look at these five operations for a string. Okay, concatenation, repetition, indexing, slicing, and then membership. Got it? It's not very difficult as you will see. For example, let's look at concatenation. Uh, so I write a string today is, and I want to add Sunday, right? What do you think this will give?
Sender.
Today is Sunday.
Right? Plus is for concatenation. Concatenation simply means
Adding two
adding,
things.
things, right? In Excel, we have a, I think on Google Sheets, I'm certain there is a function called concatenate, which is used to add two strings. Here also, it is the same operator with plus. So if you run this, you get this. Today is Sunday. Everyone understood this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right? Now let's look at repetition. Right. So uh, Sunday. We wish we could have 7 Sundays all through the week. So let's do it 7 times. Sunday, 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 Sunday. You want a space in between? We add the space after Sunday. So we get this. Okay. So this is concatenation. Now, abhi I am writing Python comments. So I have added this, right? The output would be same, but I have added a Python comment instead of a markdown comment. This is repetition. Okay. Now I am going to add one more piece of code, which is going to do indexing. Okay. So here let's look at word Sunday. If I want to get the character, right? So string is a combination of characters, right? If I want to get the first character S, what should I put in the index?
1.
Okay, 1. Swati, Soumya, what do you say?
0.
Okay, there is 1 1 and 1 0.
1.
1. Okay. Unfortunately, this is not unfortunately. I mean, you are wrong. It's just that you are wrong. Unfortunately for you, it is 0. In Python, indexing starts from 0. In R, it starts from 1. All right. If you do this, you will get S.
Sir, can you please repeat the last line? In Python, the indexing starts from 0 and
In R programming language, it starts from 1.
okay, sir.
Since this is Python, you want to get the first element. The first element, the indexing starts from 0. So the zeroth element would be S. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I do 5, I will get what?
A.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why?
Why? Why?
Y. Okay.
Okay. One more interesting thing. Are you getting this point? Minus 1 also gives Y. The idea being, ki this is S. After S, this is U, and before S, there is Y. So if S is 1, if S is 0th index, then U is after 0, which is 1, and Y is before 0, which is before 0 is minus 1. So the last element is considered as minus 1 index. So for why this has an advantage? Let's say hi everyone. Today is Sunday, right? And I tell you, hey, get me the like this is a message. Like you can get it any message, right? And what I want you to ask you is a problem that get me the last character of your string, right? Now, one way to do that is to calculate how many characters are there and then do this indexing that we were doing, right? And second is you just do minus 1 and minus 1 will give you the last character. Are you getting the usefulness of this minus 1,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
right?
sir.
So you can remember like 0 gives first character in the string and minus 1 gives
Last
last
character.
character. Okay. Now let's look at slicing, right?
Sir, I would like to ask one question.
Hmm.
Sir, in this, hi everyone, today is Sunday and there is minus 1. So it will, if we run it, it will show H.
Why H? H will be shown if it is 0.
Okay.
0 will say 0 will give you the first element. Here I
Okay,
what I have
okay.
written. And before 0, so this is after 1. If you do it 1, 1 would be what? After H,
I
like I. And before 0, what comes before 0?
minus 1.
Minus
Minus 1.
1.
Now, before H, what is there? Nothing, right?
Exclamation
So,
mark.
right, so it will go to like previous one, right? It's like going back in circles, right?
Okay, sir.
So it will look at this. Now, I am going to add one more coding slide. Here we are going to look at slicing, right? We're going to look at
Okay.
slicing. So see, let's say a Sunday, and since this is a string, I'm going to put it in inverted commas. Uh, I'm going to get first three characters. So I will start with 0, right? Now, when you are doing slicing, the first index, the element at first index is included, and the element as at the last index it is excluded. So before that, whatever you want to have, you can capture it. Right? To give you an example, when you are doing when you want to capture sun from Sunday, right? So your indexing will certainly start from 0 because s comes at 0. At 1 you want to start, so 1 will come, 2 will come, right? And then you want to stop there, so you will add 3. You will add one more. In the end, you will add one more because the element at the last second index does not come. So you will see what I'm trying to say. It works like this. Got it? So it starts from the first element, and this minus one, it captures until that point. Might sound a little bit confusing at first, but string slicing is also done using two square brackets, but with two integer values separated by a colon inside, right? So two integer values separated by a colon, right? This string of characters. Guys, there is a background noise. Can you please mute? Like someone has a background noise coming. Soumya, can you mute yourself, please?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, Pratik, it's coming from Swati's side. She already
Oh, okay,
muted.
okay. Uh, Great. So we're discussing about the string slicing. So this will give us another string, right? From first index to second. Note that the first character is included, but the character at the second index it is not included in the sliced string. So which we just saw, right? We just saw that the element at the first position it is included s, but at the second position, which is third, which is your D, it is not included. So it covers it kind of draws a boundary like before this, right? And captures like this. Is everyone okay with this?
Yes.
Right? Great. So slicing is done. Membership. Okay. Membership simply checks for the fact that if a particular string is included in a larger string or not, right? So if I do Sunday, this is you can see this is do, right? So this is a inbuilt function. I'm going to write the comment membership. So do you think Sunday is present in today's Sunday?
Yes, sir.
Right. So if I run this, what will I get? True. Uh, did you get this?
Yes, it's true.
Okay, let's make it a little bit trickier. What do you think? What do you think would be the answer now?
Is it true?
are you asking
No,
me or are you telling me
no,
like,
no. Like I am asking you. It's like true. For me, it's true.
okay, true, right? Because this substring is still somewhere there, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we have done, uh, let's go back. We have done numerics, we have done Boolean, we have done strings, right? We have done introduction as well. Now what we're going to look at is string, sorry, list, right? We're going to look at list. So what is a list essentially? A list is ordered and mutable collection of items. Mutable means it can be changed. Right? Can be mutations are allowed, right? Changes are allowed. Adaptability is allowed. Lists are most commonly used data structure in Python, right? So you can sort of understand. So I will reiterate again that lists are data structures, not data types. Right? So a bit more advanced version of data types, you could say, right? It is source a collection of items. So it is not just one item; it is a collection of items. Right? So when declaring a list, we type comma separated series of values, and then we enclose these in square brackets. So this is the way to declare a list. You cannot change it. You cannot say I will declare it using curly brackets or any other brackets, or instead of comma I would write semicolon. No, that is not allowed. This is just how strings are declared. That's it, right? Okay, all right. So if you are familiar with the concept of spot rates, right? So there is something called spot rates in finance, right? Which essentially tells you like what is the discounting going on, right, for that particular point of time, right? We are not going to go deeper into spot rates, right? But let's say this is let's just look at it as some sort of interest rates, right? So we want to create a list and we want to we want to name it spot rates. And in the spot rates, we are going to store a list of spot rates, right, for different tenors. So these are the values of spot rates, right? 0.02. So generally, as tenor increases, right, spot rates increases. So you can see, and we have stored those in spot rates list, right? So you can see that spot rates, this is a variable which we will study in our next session. So we have not yet studied variables, right? We are only studying about data types and data structures. Variables have their own some of their own rules, like how to name them, right, and how to play around with them, right? How they are compiled, how they are during runtime and all. We will do that in next session, but for now you can simply see that we have created a variable called spot rates, and that spot rates is a list of several spot rates for different tenors, right? So for now, we can simply consider variables as containers for storing data values. Right? So these are containers for storing data values. Okay, now comes the interesting part. Adding and deleting elements, right? So lists are very flexible. First of all, I would try to do some coding. So sport rates 0.02 So Tell me, does it satisfy the properties of list? It has square brackets, element, it has elements of same type, same data type, and they are separated by a comma. So do you think this is a list? Guys, everyone, do you think this is a list?
Yes, sir.
Soumya?
Yes.
Okay. If I do type of spot rates, oh, sorry, my bad. That's reverse circle, right? So we get a list. All right. Now, these are very flexible as they allow us to add and remove elements, right? So that's what I said, that they are mutable. We can add new elements at the end of a list using the keyword append. Similarly, we can remove an element from a list using the keywords remove and then. They are used in a slightly different manner, and we will look how to how they work. So, for example, if I do tell uh, so what I did, I deleted the element at first index. So if we studied that indexing starts from 0, so first element is this 0.025. This is deleted. So if I now look at my spot rates list, what will I see? 0.02 and 0.03, right? Guys, are you able to follow along?
Yes.
Right. And del is the keyword to delete.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's do some let's add some elements, but at the end, right? So if I do spot rates dot append 0.035, so it should be 0.02, 0.03, and 0.035, right? Let's run this. All right, this is how, because appending means like adding something at the end. Add something at the end, right? That's what append means. It has added at the end of the spot rates list, right? This particular element what we had provided in the method of append function. Now, if you want to remove a particular element, right? So this is what is done or spot rates dot remove. Let's say first one 0.02, and now you check your spot rates. You will see these two elements pending. All right. Able to follow along with these three keywords, three operations like delete, append, and remove. Are you able to sort of understand these three?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right. Great. Lists are type agnostic, which means that they can contain data of different data types. Right. So one advantage of list is that they are type agnostic. Right. So you can see here, I cannot copy paste from here, but let's say player, right? And then I'm writing the name Messi. Maybe age is 30. country, I don't, it says football or soccer, whatever you want to call it, right? And we can add like this multiple things or different types, right? So something like true, maybe for whatever kind of thing. You can see if I create a list like this and still try to access element from this list, that's a third element, last one, right? Like it works, right? Right? It still works. So a list does not need to have the same data type necessarily. It can have different data types. All right. Right. Now this is important because most of the times when we'll be storing data, it will not always be the case that the data type will be same. So what we saw here in the case of spot rates, that data type was same. It will not always be the case. Okay. I hope you guys are there on the session. All right. Now we have covered list. The last one that's remaining for today's session is dictionary. Right? So we're going to look at next as dictionary. Right. So see, dictionary we have just an introduction, like not going to go a lot of details, but sufficient for what is actually required. Uh, the word dictionary comes from where? Like everyone of you might have seen a dictionary, like you might have seen a dictionary at your place where there is a word and it has some meaning, right?
Yes.
That's a basic dictionary. So name is something you can call as key, and the value or the meaning that it has you can call it as value, right? Similar to dictionary is a contact book, right? So uh, in a little bit older times, like when we did not have these phones and digital devices, people used to have a contact book which has, like the name of person and their contact number, like their landline numbers, right? So that is also an example of dictionary because it is a value of key pair combination where key is your name of the person and value is the phone number, right? So what are dictionaries? These are unordered collection of key value pairs, right? So these are unordered collection, right? So lists are ordered, but dictionaries are unordered. All right. When declaring a dictionary, we type comma separated series of key value pairs. So these are also comma separated. The key value pairs are also comma separated here, similar to the list, right? And enclose them in curly brackets. How did we use to cover, like or capture values in list? लिस्ट में कैसे करते थे? स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट्स. This was for list, right? Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right? This was for list, right? डिक्शनरी में कैसे करते हैं? How do we do in dictionaries? How do we capture elements in dictionaries? Key value
Curly
pairs?
brackets.
Curly brackets, right? Curly brackets in dictionaries for capturing key value pairs. Right. So suppose we want to store the parameters of a bond which pays annual coupons. For this purpose, we can use the data structure as. All right. This is a great example of a dictionary. Right. Now I'm going to write here. Cool. So let's set code. Uh, bond, params, I mean parameters, all right, and dictionary. So it has face value. I'm going to write it FV for face value and call it 100. What else it has? Coupon rate of, I'm going to write as 0.05, right? And then it needs its spot rates, right? Why does it need spot rates? For discounting the cash flows, right? I am doing some mistake. What mistake I'm doing? Okay, so see, it shows there, and that's right. Tenor as 2 years basically, right? Right. So I have a bond with face value of 100, coupon rate as 5%, 2 year duration, right? Maturity I can write 2 years, and spot rates as given as this, and frequency, coupon frequency as same here. When we will do for loops, we will see how to calculate, like for a bond with these parameters, the valuation, how to evaluate. But for now, we can see how to declare a bond like this. Right? Now what are the how do we use this? So if I want to extract, like, uh, any I want to extract the face value of a bond. You can see I can extract by using square brackets and the key value. I'm not using indexing. I have to use the key value because indexing here does not have any meaning because these are unordered pairs, right? Able to understand? Are you able to understand this?
Yes.
Right? If I want to extract maturity, I put it within mature square brackets and write the key value there, right? So I can in general write to access a value of a dictionary. You should know the key, right? And put the key inside square brackets and pass it to the dictionary. Right, this is what we are doing, putting the key in the square brackets, right, and passing it on to the dictionary, right? So this was it. Do you have any other questions? Today we are done with today's session, right? We
Sir,
almost
you
have
will share this Word file now?
this file. This is, I think, more than this. What you need is this
Yes, sir.
PDF.
This PDF. Yes, sir.
PDF I will share, and this code, right? This is already there, which has everything, like, in more detail. Whatever you are seeing on PDF, a Google Collaboratory file is already uploaded, right? Which has everything in, like, details.
Sir, uploaded in your Google Drive. Will you share this
No, not Google Drive. In the course,
in the
you can
course?
find
Okay,
it
sir.
in the course.
Okay, sir.
So I will take a pause here. Do you guys have any doubts?
No.
As of now, no, sir. We will first I will first go through the first lecture, then again go through the second lecture.
Yes,
Then I'll link some things.
right. I think if you have a very good foundational block for these two sessions, then the next two sessions would be very easy for you, right? And you would have covered 50% of the ground by the next two sessions. So it's very critical that you go through first two sessions diligently, complete them, right? And the next two sessions follow the pace, right? And once you have completed that, so I mean, you would be sitting at a very good place.
Okay, sir.
Agree? All right, so I will give you some time. I think we have finished 25 minutes early, which is good. I think you might be having like some lunch. So earlier we decided that we will take a 20 minutes break for lunch, but since the pace was going good, I thought of not breaking the flow. So you can use that time now for having lunch. If you have any doubts, just drop in the WhatsApp group.
Okay,
All
sir.
right.
Yes, sure.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thanks everyone.